Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kim's Cozy Corner. It is cooling down outside, so it's time for us to work inside. And today we are going to work on our hydroponic system. Hi, everyone. My name is Kim, and I garden year-round in Southwest Ohio. I am in Zone 6B. But in the cooler months, I can't really do a whole bunch outside, so I bring the garden inside. And it's time for us to work on our hydroponic system. This will be one of the first indoor systems that I set up this year. I have two different units here. I have the whatever this unit is here, which is this one right here. This is my smaller of the two units. And then I have a Letpot Max, which is this bottom box here. But we are going to work on this top one, which is this unit here first. Links to everything will be in the description below. So if you're interested in this unit or any other unit, the link will be below. I'm not getting commission or anything like that. I'm not an affiliate from that standpoint, but I do like my hydroponic system. If you don't have a lot of space to grow indoors, but you still like those fresh vegetables, especially if you live as far north as I do and you can't do a whole bunch outside, and let's say you don't have a greenhouse and all of that kind of stuff, these small hydroponic systems I think are the perfect answer for you. You don't need any soil to do it. You're going to just grow in water, y'all. That's it. That's all. So this unit has 6, 8, 10, 12. There are 12 different pockets in this unit right here. I have this unit is connected to an app, so I can tell if it needs water. I can control how I turn the lights on and off and all of that kind of stuff. There are multiple settings on here. There's a setting for leafy vegetables versus fruiting vegetables. Like all of that kind of stuff is built into this unit. And you're growing in water. You don't need any soil. You're going to use these tiny little pucks. Let me find one. I thought I had one out that hadn't been opened. So let's just open it. Oh, there we go. You're growing in these teeny little pucks right here. That's it. These little sponge. That's it. You take this, you drop it in there, you put your sponge in there, and then you put seeds in and you're growing. Now, I like to soak my sponges for a few minutes first, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. So let's start by how we need to set this up. The instructions come with it and everything like that. I'm going to do it the way I normally do it now that I've had this unit. This is going on my third year for this unit. So this piece comes off. I just want to turn it up so you can see it. You see all the little holes here. This is where you're going to water from. When this needs water added, you're going to water from that spot right there. Just wanted you to be able to see what it looks like. But the first thing that I need to do, y'all, is I need to soak my sponges. And that's what we're going to do first. So I only need 12 sponges. You don't have to use every pocket. Just use the pockets, the little holes that you need. I'm going to use all 12 in this one. My plan for this particular one is to grow leafy greens. So in my hydroponic system, I grow everything you need for a salad. I like to keep it upstairs and close to the kitchen because if you want me to eat a salad in the wintertime, we got to make it easy and accessible. So I just have water in this container here, and I just threw 12 of those little sponges in. I'm going to go ahead and put 12 of these little things that hold the sponges in. I'm putting 12 of those in as well. Now in this particular one, like I said, I'm doing leafy greens only, but in the max, y'all, in the max, we're going to grow tomatoes. We are going to grow cucumbers, but that's going to be another video. I don't have time to do that one just at the moment. Yeah, I've been traveling 4 weeks back to back, 4 weeks. I have spent more time in a hotel bed than I have in my own bed here lately. But y'all, it's early Saturday morning. What time is it? It's only 6:40 in the morning. And I've been on Central Time for the last week, so that's like 5:40 for me. But my family's still in the bed, they're asleep. I figured I could knock this project out while they're sleeping. So let's talk a little bit about what we're going to grow. So my plan for today, I've already pulled some things to the side to decide what we're going to grow. And again, I am only doing leafy greens in here. Lettuce and spinach and that kind of stuff. Uh-oh, that looks like more than 12. Oh, don't need those yet. Whew, I thought I had more than 12. I only got 12 spots, y'all. Anyway, I have 10 different, and how did I end up with 10? I don't know. I just pulled everything I thought looked good to go in here, and I brought them upstairs. So let me share with you the 10 that I plan to grow. And these are cut and come again lettuce. So I can cut it out of the little, pocket, the little plug, and it's going to keep growing. It's going to keep growing. So this is no different than growing outside, but we're just inside and we're growing in water. And yes, if you're growing in water, you have to provide nutrition. And this system comes with an A and B materials that you would need. A and B materials that you would need to shake up, and every time you add water, you would add that nutrition. But anyway, what are we growing? Well, I am growing 2 heading lettuce. Is it just 2? I hope it's just 2. Well, I've lost count. Maybe 3. Anyway, I'm going to grow Pablo. You know what? I always put my pictures up here now. We're going to grow Pablo. Y'all, I love Pablo. It's like an iceberg lettuce, but it's got those red tips and things to it. And I am going to grow an iceberg head of lettuce as well. There's the picture to the side. I'm going to also grow May Queen. There's the picture for it. I'm going to do Dynamite. And this pack don't have a picture, but it's to the side there. I'm going to do some baby spinach. So I got some baby leaf hybrid. And I grew spinach in here last year. And I like to mix a little bit of spinach in my salads when I'm making salads and stuff. So I like mixed greens for my salad. So we're going to do a little bit of baby leaf spinach. And y'all, it came up last year. It came up. It did really well. It actually did well indoors as well as outdoors last year for me. I'm going to do this Mervele. Something 4 seasons. There's the picture of it right there. There's the picture. And this one did really well for me as well. And you notice I'm going from the greens and now I'm starting to get into some of those red colors. And these next 4, y'all, these next 4, some of my favorite when it comes to the reds and the dark colors. So we're going to do Merlot. There's the picture for Merlot. Cimarron. Cimarron did better indoors than I believe any other lettuce that I did last year in my indoor grow tent. I don't think I had it in this unit last year, but I definitely had it in my indoor grow tent. And I had it into some pots and things of that nature. The Cimarron had a nice sweetness to it. It's a romaine type lettuce. We're going to do ruby red leaf lettuce. And I always have a problem with the ruby red leaf lettuce coming up. I always have poor germination, but I got a brand new pack of seeds for that. And then outrageous. Outrageous. I've never grown in here, but I grew it outside in my GreenStalks. And y'all, they were beautiful plants. Absolutely beautiful. They had a great taste as well. And y'all, it is probably the deepest, darkest color red lettuce that I have. It's almost purple, y'all. Almost black, I should say. But those are the different types of lettuce that we're going to put in here. So I got to make some name tags up. Y'all know I didn't do that either. Y'all know me. I wait to the last minute to do that stuff. But I got my tags here for me to do that step. All right, we're going to make our name tags. Now, it's hard to get name tags to stand up. All right, for now, I'm just gonna put the name tags in, and then y'all, I'm gonna get my label maker and I'm gonna put labels in front of each of these because I fight with this every year and there's no reason for that. So let's just get these name tags going real quick and then I'll bring you back. Well, of course, I'm one short. Always, always, always. Name tags are done. My little things have been soaking, so we're going to go ahead and get those installed. One of the other things I talked about is the food, right? So there's A and B. And you take these granulars, this granular stuff right here, and you add it to your containers. And it comes with an A and B little cup here. Now you can get this as part of Letpot, or you can get this as other name brands because there are a lot of different hydroponic systems out there. From a food standpoint, y'all, it's all the same. I'm not going to pretend like it's not. It's all the same. And then you have to fill these containers up. It says with distilled water. So distilled water for this, distilled water for this right here. So you put them in there, you fill it up. It says purified water, purified, distilled. In other words, you don't want a whole bunch of sediments and that kind of stuff in your water. So if you have, thought I was leaking. I have triple filtered in the basement, triple filtered upstairs, reverse osmosis. I have all of that. So we're going to use my water for the house. I'm not buying distilled water when I got all of that stuff going on. But anyway, you shake it up. You make sure it's dissolved all the way, which mine's not dissolved yet, but we're working on it. And you're going to use that to fill this container up. And there are directions on it as well. It tells you how much you need, the amount of water that I'm going to need to fill this up. And I'm going to want to fill it all the way up, right? So I usually do 4 liters at a time, 4 liters at a time, I think is how I do it. 4 liters, I need 20 milliliters of A and B. So I'll get fresh water. I'll get the 20 milliliters. There's a measuring cup on each one of those. Fill this up and put this in the system. So let me put my glasses back on now that I'm done reading. So 4 liters is actually 16 cups, roughly. So 8 cups is roughly 2 liters, and I'm going to do 16 cups. So you can see that my 1 gallon pitcher here is roughly 4 liters, roughly. I'm still working on dissolving my liquid. I want to do this step before I move into the seeds, y'all. I should have done this step before I put my little sponges in, but they'll be fine for a couple of minutes while I dissolve these crystals. How many of you are doing winter indoor gardens this year? I know some people saying, I've been waiting for this. Well, I'm going to try to get a couple of videos out here really quickly, setting up the indoor grow tent, setting up my hydroponic systems and that kind of stuff before the wedding. That's my goal. And so I will have them released sometime between now and the wedding or around the wedding time. So I got to make a lot of videos in the next couple of days that I have. I'm home for 1 week, which is a good thing. So I'll be able to make a lot of videos. And then the hard part, y'all, is finding time to edit those videos. Now you can grow other stuff besides lettuce in here. You can grow herbs in here. I got way too many. I'm not growing any more herbs. But you can grow herbs and lettuce and peppers. You can grow peppers in here. And what else can you grow in here? I hear you can grow strawberries, but I don't grow strawberries in mine. But I call this my salad bar. And that's what we're working toward, is the salad bar. All right. I think I'm mixed up. Uh-oh. There's a teeny more in there. All right. I'm going to keep shaking. When I get done shaking, I'm going to put 20 milliliters of both of these into this container, and we're going to fill this up. And this isn't where I'm keeping it. So when I fill it up, y'all, I'm going to fill it almost all the way up, and then we're going to move it to where it's going to spend its winter life out on a table in my dining room. So I don't want to spill it while I'm moving it, but I needed the lighting so you guys could see what I was doing. All right. I think I'm good now. So 20 milliliters. Yeah. And so there's a little measuring cup on the side here somewhere. It goes to 15. So I'm going to put 2 10s in. 10 and 10 more. And you don't have to try to remember it, y'all, because it's going to have the directions right on your bottles, okay? I do need to stir it up. Well, actually, I really don't need to stir it up because it's going to get mixed up when I pour it in here. But I'm stirring it up. Just like my mom shakes everything, I try to stir everything. I'm going to go ahead and move this out the way just so I can start pouring this into the system. When I took the system down for the summer, I cleaned all of the sponges. I cleaned everything out really, really well so that when it was time to fill it up, we were already in good shape. So there is a pump down in there that comes out here and that comes out to the back. So there's a pump in there. Here's where the power comes into the back, and then you plug it in the back as well. I have all of that still set up where this will be for the whole duration of the winter. All right, that's enough to get us started. And you can see that I have it about half full according to my little sight glass that I have right here. We will need to add more. So I said it, we need to add more. All right, so as far as how many seeds that I put in here, y'all, I like to put 2 to 3 seeds in each one of these, just in case there's a seed that doesn't germinate. You got 2 more options. And if 2 seeds come up, y'all, I don't cut one out. I let both of them grow. That's just how I do it. Spinach is going to get 2 pockets. Again, spinach was a little hard for me. At least I thought it was a little hard to grow, even though it came up for me. Each one of these sponges has a little hole inside, and I want to put that seed in that hole. Yeah, I just said put it in a hole and I missed. I want to put that seed in that hole. And just because spinach is hard to grow, that's the only reason why I put 3, because spinach gets really big, is I don't think all 3 seeds are going to germinate. That's just for the spinach. Now let's work on this other stuff. These seeds are tiny. So in each one of these pockets, y'all, there might be 3 or 4 seeds. Who knows? But my goal is to only put, like, you know, for a lettuce seed that you can't even see in my hand. Like, you can't even see it. They're white seeds. I'm putting 4 of these dynamite seeds in here. Trying to, y'all. I keep missing the hole. And I'm going to do that for all of these. And I'm probably going to have a couple extra spots. Oh, one other thing. Sorry, another very important point. The things that get really big and leafy, I prefer them to be in the back. So my outrageous is going to be in the back. My Merlot is going to be in the back. My ruby red is going to be in the back. These 3 for sure are going to be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, what did I just get? That was Merlot, right? Ooh, y'all, I done messed up. I done mixed up my stuff. I think that was Merlot. I just like to put the tall stuff in the back. Stuff that I know for sure that's going to be tall. And I'm going to do this step for everything that I got here on the table. And I'm putting iceberg lettuce in here, y'all. That is a heading lettuce, but you don't have to let it head up. You can cut it before it heads up. It still has the same taste, y'all. Don't let just what you normally find in a grocery store stop you from trying some new things. If you like the taste of iceberg lettuce, and if you're going to be like me and you're going to cut it up anyway, you're not like you're eating it as a wedge or anything, then there's no reason to let it grow all the way up into a head, right? Doesn't that make sense? Anyway, y'all, I'm going to finish getting these in here and I will bring you back. And I only got 2 left, so I will bring you back really quickly. Y'all, we have all of the lettuce in. It's all in there. I have 2 spinach and I have 2 of my dynamite in here. And then I have 1 pocket of everything else. Now this is ready to go. All I need to do is plug it in and decide how we want the light to come on and go off and all that kind of good stuff. This little sticker goes on. And then you put the little cap on. You set this little thing on right here, this little plastic dome. There we go. It gives you a greenhouse effect. It keeps kind of the moisture in, and then when you see the little plant coming out, then you take this off and you let it do its thing. But the only thing, y'all, in order to do that, y'all, I gotta be able to somehow put my little name tag in. That's why I'm going to get a label and I'm going to label all of these pockets versus name tags. But I wanted you to see how it works. We will go ahead and put the little stickers on here and we will lay the little name tags down right next to where they are. I don't always use the stickers. I don't. Just to be honest, I don't always use them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So iceberg is first, then outrageous. I'm gonna have to put them, stack them up just so I can remember. I'm gonna have to go back to this video to remember. You really want that little middle to stay in. When it don't stay in, I don't worry about it. At the end of the day, that little plant will push its way up through. Maryville is in front, Pablo is behind. The first time I did this, y'all, I didn't know where the stickers go. I didn't have a clue. Somebody had to say, no, Kim, the sticker goes inside, not on top of the dome. I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. I can learn. Y'all think I'm going to be able to remember this? Or do you think I'm going to forget? And then this winter, I'm going to be like, I don't remember what I planted here. And the directions say to use these domes, y'all. And I'm going to be honest with you, the domes did work. I just don't always do it, but they did work. My fear is that I'm going to be traveling, I'm going to be away, and the plant's going to get large, and no one's going to be here to remove the dome. But when I'm doing my weekly updates on how my indoor garden's doing, I'm going to show you these as well. I show you, oh, I don't need that. I'll show you the indoor grow space. I show you the hydroponics, the tent, the pots, everything. I show you everything I have. So you're going to get to watch this grow with me. And you're going to get to watch me harvest this as well. There it is. With my labels, I hope I don't mess my labels up. I got them in order. Let's turn them this way though, so they don't fall off. Now, let's move this over to its final home, turn the light on, and set this up so that we can kind of set it and forget it, if you know what I mean. Okay, here we go. Here's my little cord. Let's plug her up. Let's push her back. I have it set on veggie versus flowers because these are all green leafy vegetables. Power's on. I'm going to go and double check right now my app to make sure I have it set up to the right setting from how much light it needs. Now, technically, it doesn't need any light right now. You don't need to put light on this until after the seeds germinate. So I'm going to turn it off just so you can see me. And we want this all the way down. We want it as close. I'm hitting buttons, y'all. We want it as close to the plants as possible. And as they germinate and they start to grow, you raise it up higher and higher and higher, right? So that you get the correct amount of light for them to grow properly. But let's go get the phone and check the app. So I got the phone. I have the Letpot app already running because I'm using it for a seed starting station that I have downstairs that we're going to transplant into the indoor grow space. So we get to the Letpot app. All right, so this right here is interesting because it says that the other unit is short of water. Of course it is, because it's offline. Let me get the Wi-Fi back on. All right, I have the unit back online behind me here. It says I just turned it on. We're going to set the schedule up for the light to come on at 7, and we're going to have the light go off at 7. We are set. We are ready to go. It's 12 hours on, 12 hours off, even though I don't need it right now. I got my little domes on. We are ready to go. So now I have my first hydroponic system set up. In a separate video, I will bring back my Letpot Max, and we will fill it up with self-pollinating cucumbers, and we will fill it up with micro dwarf tomatoes, right, y'all? This is the salad bar. Thanks for hanging out with me. I know this was quick and it wasn't that pretty either, just on how to set it up. But it's been a minute since I've set one up. But hopefully you enjoyed it. I will bring you back with other indoor projects in the next couple of days. Talk to you again soon. Bye.